I am very happy to be home today. Things are happening at the speed of light. We talked just a little while ago about Jared and the tweet that he put out this morning regarding some fixes and some things that were being done that would affect LUNC. They actually postponed for a couple days their launch of Station because they felt like they made some huge breakthroughs, right? That's all the information we needed. I don't need to know all the technical GitHub repo, blah, 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 That's what I love. Just get to the point, right? They made some breakthroughs. They wanted to postpone it. It was really going to benefit LUNC. Well, just, minutes ago, we got this. And again from Jared, right? Keeping us posted, which is really, really awesome and appreciated. I don't know if you'll ever see this, Jared, but thank you very much. And follow me so we can chat. Integrating today into Station Repo, LUNC, top of the list, right? Osmosis, Juno, SEI, Carbon, plus a bonus chain, which will be announced later this week. Okay, you can only assume it's going to be something good. Now, think back to a month or two ago, right? All the hassle and discussion there was over we need to get Rebel Station out there because TFL is going to sunset. There's no way to integrate Lunk into this new station. They're going to be forking off again, basically, and leaving us high and dry, right? Actually, it looked like that might be happening as of yesterday when they were like, all of a sudden, well, we're going to Station and it's no longer going to support Lunk, right? But obviously, it wasn't a matter of just trying to ditch us, because here they are putting in the effort, and to the point where they are postponing the launch of this new station to integrate this stuff, right? So now within Station, TFL, Terraform Labs, you're going to be able to access your LUNC. That's huge news. Undoubtedly, there are going to be some that are going to be very suspicious about that and maybe not like it, right? Because there is definitely a percentage of the community who thinks we should have nothing to do with TFL. And in fact, Terra Rebels were even pushing that narrative that we really needed to move away from TFL. We needed our own station. We needed our own Agora. Everything totally separate repo, separate, the back ends, whatever you want to call it, right? All that stuff needed to be separated and in community control, right? This community's control, and separate from them. And there are still a lot of people who feel that way. Mistrust Do Kwon, are very leery about pending legal issues that Do Kwon and possibly even TFL could be facing. And by any kind of integration or association with them, could it drag LUNC into that, right? Those are still discussions to have. They're valid concerns and discussions absolutely to have. But right now, I don't know. I think I feel happy that we're not being just totally dumped and abandoned. And I know that we have this L1 task force who is absolutely capable of running everything if we were abandoned. As far as, the L1 stuff, right? The blockchain, keeping it going. But it's good to have friends, right? It's good to network. TFL brought LUNC, when it was Luna, to $116 a coin at one point, right? Say whatever you want about them, and, were their ways nefarious? Did they just really do some stupid stuff? Say what you want, but they knew how to build it. They knew how to get it up there, right? Okay, it all crashed down. Fair point, right? But still, hopefully lessons were learned, right? So, where do we go from here? Does this pave the way? Well, one thing that we talk about, that everybody talks about, is parity, okay? Wanting to reach parity. In other words, having the classic chain and the V2 chain equal, all right, on all ends, so that DApps can easily jump between chains if that's what they want to do. If you've got a DApp and something that's really cool over on Luna version 2, right, and they want to be able to also be on the Terra Classic chain, you need to reach parity. You need to have the software and everything basically the same so that they can easily just jump back and forth or in between, or be on both or whatever. Okay, that's a big thing because it brings volume, it brings utility, all that. Can I see this paving the way for that? Absolutely, I can see this paving the way for that. But also, the question comes to my mind, do we see this paving the way toward something that some people were pushing, but some people were deathly afraid of, and that's a merge, okay? An actual reconvergence, if you will, of Luna and Lunk, right? Our friend RBB786 put out this proposal, right, on Agora for discussion, okay? And this was back in December. And if you read through it, you say, hey, that sounds like a good idea. That sounds like a good idea. But then you get to some parts of it, you're like, oh, no, right? This never went up for vote. But just real quick, right? This is what some people are thinking, that are talking about merge, right? Merge Terra Classic and Terra blockchain and create one blockchain moving forward. You can read through the motivation, the community sometimes, and whatever. It's kind of her opinion about why she feels it's a good idea, which, is fine, right? She invested over 200,000 pounds in LUNC, hoping to dollar cost average back to profit. I believe RBB was involved or invested before the depegging, right? And I'm assuming lost quite a bit, right? But the truth is, I can't see this happening with the current setup. We seem to be going backwards rather than forwards. We have lost momentum, and I can't see a way forward without significant cost to the community. It's not about cost, though. It's also about losing valuable time. She somewhere in here was talking about, it's apparent, I guess I'm reading the whole damn thing. It's apparent to me that a community-owned chain has created more problems than it has solved. Now, I was just listening to a Twitter space where someone was talking about, we were asked, LUNC, but who's your CEO? Who's actually running things, And the answer back proudly was, the whole community is the CEO. This is, the first really community-run network, blockchain, whatever you want to call it. And very, very happy about that. But I think RBB brings up a good point, right? When you have too many CEOs in a project, it is impossible to move forward in an efficient manner, okay? Simply put, there are too many chiefs and not enough Indians. You've heard me say that, okay? As I've been pushing over the last couple months that we needed some sort of centralized leadership, council, Senate, whatever you wanted to call it, that pushed one agenda, one narrative, one path, as opposed to bouncing all over the place. And that's what she's talking about here. The part that I get down to, that it's like, right? Proposal, leader, have one leader, Do Kwon. Ugh. That scares the bejesus out of people. That's what scares people about a merge, is that this is the person who put us where we are to begin with, right? Forked off, started a new chain, a new token, left this one abandoned in the street, in the gutter, if it was not for the Terra rebels of old coming up and doing everything that they did to revive it, it would still be there, right? And that's your Eds and your Zardars and everybody else who was involved, who actually did work on achieving that, right? That's where it would be. And it's not, I don't think it's unfair to say that the only reason Do Kwon pays any attention to it right now is because we've resuscitated it. Maybe he didn't even think that was possible because he didn't try, right? So do we want to put it back in his hands? I don't know, right? So does this integration open up that possibility if we as a chain do decide that maybe, merging might be a good idea? Why wouldn't it open up the possibility, or at least make it a little, I don't know about making it likely, but making it more possible, right? There's going to be a lot of conversations to have, but this for now, I'm gonna write in as good news. Okay, I think it is. A lot of people were really afraid of, all right, what's going to happen? How do I access my coins? Do I have to go through all kind of technical stuff that I don't know how to do? It seems like these guys are really going out of their way to make this very, very easy. And I'll be honest, I haven't kept up on it for my own personal objections and reasons, right? But I've heard that Terra C Vita is working closely with Jared, and I don't know how much they have to do with this integration, but certainly working to do things to try to keep Terra Station up and running, and so that you can access your Terra Classic, your LUNC. So if they had anything to do with this, or bravo to them too. Okay, all right. I'm going to leave it at that. Who knows? I might be back in another 10 minutes with something else. Things that happen in really, really fast, really, really fluid. And I love it. I really, really do. I love being home and being able to just jump on and chat about this stuff with you on the fly, right? This is what I was missing all season long when I was making videos in my truck and people were yelling at me because I was driving, right? But it's like this stuff happens and I just want to talk about it with you. I want to get it out because I know that not everybody is following the right people or has access to Twitter or whatever, right? Okay, all right. Anyway, like button if you can. Over here, I believe, is a little circle with my DJ Trev thing in it. That's my link to subscribe. You can click right on that right now and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell that says all, so that you're notified every time I put out another video. They could be coming fast and furious as I'm laid off essentially for the season, right? But leave some comments in the comment section. What do you think? What do you think about parity? What do you think about a merge? What do you think about the fact that TFL is helping us? I don't know. Let me know. All right. Talk to y'all later. Ciao.